From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the morning news for April 29th, 2025. Organizers and the Kennedy Center have canceled a week's worth of events celebrating LGBTQ plus rights for this summer's World Pride Festival in Washington, D.C., amid a shift in priorities and the ousting of leadership at one of the nation's premier cultural institutions. Multiple artists and producers involved in the center's Tapestry of Pride schedule which had been planned for June 5th through the 8th, told the Associated Press that their events had been quietly canceled or moved to other venues. And in the wake of the cancellations, Washington's Capital Pride Alliance had disassociated itself from the Kennedy Center. We are a resilient community and we have found other avenues to celebrate, said June Crenshaw, deputy director of the Alliance. We are finding another path to the celebration, but the fact that we have to maneuver in this way is disappointing. The Kennedy Center's website still lists Tapestry of Pride on its website with a general description and a link to the World Pride site. There are no other details available. The Kennedy Center did not respond to a request from the Associated Press for comment. The move comes on the heels of massive changes at the Kennedy Center, with President Donald Trump firing both the president and chairman in early February. Trump replaced most of the board with loyalists, who then elected him the new Kennedy Center chairman. The World Pride event, held every 2 years, starts in just under a month, running from May 17th through June 8th, with performances and celebrations planned across the capital city. But the Trump administration and its policies on transgender rights and comments about Kennedy Center drag performances have sparked concern about what kind of reception attendees will receive. I know that DC as a community will be very excited to host World Pride, but I also know that the community is a little bit different than the government, said Michael Roast, founder and director of the International Pride Orchestra, which had its June 5th performance at the Kennedy Center abruptly canceled within days of Trump's takeover. Roast told the AP that he was in the final stages of planning the Kennedy Center performance after months of emails and Zoom calls. He was waiting on final contract when Trump posted on social media February 7th of the leadership changes and his intention to transform the Kennedy Center's programming. Immediately, the Kennedy Center became non-responsive, Roast said. On February 12th, he said he received a one-sentence email from a Kennedy Center staffer stating, "We are no longer able to advance your contract at this time." They went from very eager to host to nothing, he said. We have not since heard a word from anybody at the Kennedy Center, but that's not going to stop us. In the wake of the cancellation, Rose said he managed to move the International Pride Orchestra performance to the Strathmore Theater in Bethesda, Maryland, nearby. Crenshaw said some other events, including a drag story time and a display of parts of the AIDS memorial quilt, would be moved to the World Pride Welcome Center in Chinatown. Turning to education news from New York State would ban cell phones in public schools bell to bell, beginning with the next school year under an agreement announced late Monday by Governor Kathy Hochul. We've protected our kids before from cigarettes, alcohol, and drunk driving, and now we're protecting them from addictive technology designed to hijack their attention. Hochul said in announcing the plan as part of a tentative budget agreement with state lawmakers. Hochul, a Democrat, did not immediately detail plans for the ban. Her office has previously said that schools would have some flexibility over how to implement it, with districts deciding how to store students' devices during the school day. There would be exemptions for students who need access for medical reasons, to help with learning disabilities, or because they don't speak fluent English, she has said. If approved, New York would join at least 8 states, California, Florida, Indiana, Louisiana, Minnesota, Ohio, South Carolina, and Virginia that have enacted measures banning or restricting students' use of cell phones in schools. Nationally, most schools say they prohibit cell phone use except for academic purposes, but educators say the rules are difficult to enforce when students are allowed to have the devices in hallways and at lunch. And we leave you with this sad news. Drag performer Bianca Castro-Arabejo, who was known as reality television star Jiggly Caliente on RuPaul's Drag Race died Sunday at age 44, days after her family reported hospitalization for a serious infection. Castro-Arabejo, who became a judge on Drag Race Philippines in 2022, scrapped plans to appear on the upcoming season after a recent hospitalization for a severe infection and leg amputation surgery, her family said in a statement on her Instagram page. She died early Sunday, her family said in a follow-up statement. A luminous presence in the worlds of entertainment and advocacy, Jiggly Caliente was celebrated for her infectious energy, fierce wit, and unwavering authenticity, her family said Sunday. She touched countless lives through her artistry, activism, and the genuine connection she fostered with fans around the world. That's the news of this hour. If you're watching our news videos on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the PEP Radio channel. Download the Live 365 app to take PEP Radio with you wherever you go. Now back to more music on PEP Radio.